Hello, you beautiful people. My name is Alex Stoeber, and this video is going to be all about market trends in the real estate market that's national and in Santa Barbara. And we are also going to talk about celebrity trends and what is going on with housing in Santa Barbara and why so many people are moving to Santa Barbara right now to get that Montecito lifestyle. Before we dive into it, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications when I make more videos. Thank you so much, and let's dive into it. First of all, I'd love to just go over what's going on in the market. It's really good to keep an eye on trends, just market data in general, and figure out, is the market going up? Is the market going down? In short, what you should know is the market is in this point where we have still very low inventory. If you've been following the real estate market for the last year, if you're just getting into it, I'll tell you there's not a lot out there to choose from. A balanced market in anywhere is going to be 6 months of inventory. This means that there is enough inventory coming on the market and being active on the market that 6 months of buyers based on the pending and closed data will be able to find a home, and that is a indicator about if we're in a balanced market or not. If there is less than 6 months of inventory, then that means that the sellers have more leverage in a negotiation. They'll see higher list to sales prices, which means that you're going to, as a buyer, have to put more money over what the home is listed at towards the property. And if there is more than 6 months of inventory, that means we're in a buyer's market, which means buyers can really pick and choose whichever listing they want, and you can see homes go for less than their list price. What we're looking at today is our national data and then the local data for my market, which is Santa Barbara, and we'll get an idea of just an update from the last week. So let's dive into some national sales data really quick. What we're seeing is that new listings across the country have been down. They're coming down. They came up here in Q2, and now they are seeing a trend back down. That's normal. You'll see that for the last 3 years, pretty much every year you'll see a decline. So an incline during the summer and then a decline for the rest of the year. And that is still in line with common trends. So new listings are on a downtrend, which means that prices are naturally going to go up as long as buyer demand stays high. Pending sales is an indicator of buyer demand, and we are seeing this decreasing. So pending sales is correlated obviously to how many listings are on the market, and yet you are seeing that sales activity is decreasing here on a 1 week timeline. Then homes sold is just kind of all over the place here when it comes to weekly, but you'll see that in the last week our homes sold is coming down. We are seeing lower highs. Lower highs, I mean that here on the beginning of the year, we saw a high and then a higher high 1 month later, kind of in the same line, but a little bit, it's pretty much the same right there in March, and then a way higher high in April, higher high than all the previous in May, and then in June, we actually saw a much lower high. So, this can kind of give you an idea of what we're predicting for where our homes sold are going to go. I'll let you decide what you think that's going to mean. So median sales price is skyrocketing way over last year, and we can kind of see a trend here where we are significantly above where we were before. This can obviously create an amazing result and gives great leverage to sellers, and yet we are kind of seeing a difference in trend decreasing. So this may mean that we're leveling out when it comes to appreciation. I think we have plenty of time and plenty of appreciation to go before this market balances back out. And yet you can see that the median days on market is way lower. So houses are selling way faster than they were previously. And it's ticked up a little bit in the last week. So we may see that, this trend could increase and could kind of go the other way. We did see that back in 2019. The days on market went way low, and then it kind of went back up to 52 days on market. So right now we're sitting at nationally about 15 days on market. And then what we also want to look at is months of supply. So months of supply has just increased slightly. So uptick week over week when it comes to months of supply. You can see that there are months when we see a lot of listings come on the market, and right now we're kind of seeing this like low, high frequency, low wavelength trend here. Anyway, that's the national data. The local market data, we'll see that it's pretty much similar. So very similar to last year when it comes to new listings coming on the market. The inventory is low. There were 58 new listings that came on the market in the last week. And closed inventory, you're seeing it's much lower than we were last year when it comes to closed. So 47 closed in this week last year, and this year we're at 39. So it's close. It's comparable for sure. We have been significantly higher than last year when it comes to closed inventory week over week. And now we have just in week 25, we actually went below what that trend was for last year. So there was kind of like a pickup last year and an inflection point where we started to see more closed inventory. Now we just crossed that point 2 weeks ago, and we are seeing a more drastic decrease. So if that trend continues, that just means that the market is cooling and that we're seeing that happen. Anyway, we're going into the summer months, and that usually means that we'll get more listings. Hopefully that this trend reverses and the buyers will be able to be satiated. Right now, if you put buyer market or seller markets, if you put the buyers under a lot of duress and you put them under stress, there's multiple offers on every home, that can mean that they get exhausted. But we're just looking and watching the data till we have more definitive approach. Pending data right here, you're saying a straight line. Pretty much pendings are not increasing like they did last year. Last year they kind of shot up, all the way, starting from week 19 from 22 all the way to the peak of where we are now. There were 75 homes that went pending in Santa Barbara. And this week, we actually had 56. So that is significantly lower. We are seeing this plateau here. And with a plateau, it could go either way, right? Like it could go up or it could go down. It's hard to determine, but we are not seeing, according to the data, the increase in kind of like the parabolic move of pending inventory right now. And what we want to look at is just what the sales activity, what that means for sales activity, which means that buyers could be coming out of the market. Price changes are on the increase, so we are seeing more price reductions than we were last week, and pretty much more than throughout the whole year. There were 18 price reductions in week 14, and now there are 18 as well. So, this is the all-time high for this year when it comes to price reductions. If this trend continues, then we'll see that we're just going to see that prices are going to start to come down in order to have homes go into escrow sooner. We don't want to see homes stagnate on the market. Stagnate is relative because nationally we're at 14 days on market when it comes to homes. So if a home's on 2 weeks, 2019, the numbers were 52 days on market by this time. So we are just in a place where we're going to wait and see what these trends do so that we can predict what pricing is going to do for buyers and to get homes sold for sellers. If you are thinking of putting your home on the market and making a transition in your life, I would highly recommend reaching out and just touching base with your local agent and hopefully that's me, but you reach out to your local agent and talk about this data to determine when your pricing and what your pricing should be and what your timing should be for getting your home sold. Back on markets is down, so that means that the buyer's remorse is down, or you can see that there are more multiple offer situations going on where the seller is getting a second offer, a backup offer in place so that they don't have to go back on the market and pretty much renegotiate with buyers and remarket the property. In last year, we pretty much made a big move up to 17 back on market listings, and this year we are down to 5. So there's much less buyer's remorse than last year. You'll see that the swings here in back on market in this wave are much less drastic. There's less price discovery going on this year. Last year there was a ton of price discovery and nervous buyers. This year we know that Santa Barbara is more valuable than ever, and that's because of we just have an awesome community, and we can go over that when we go over notable celebrities. And then coming soon listings are way down. I predict this trend is going to continue to go to zero probably, because there's really no benefit to a coming soon listing, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't think that there is a benefit any longer. If you want to talk about what coming soon means, then I'd love to dive into that with you. So that's the market, and that is what's going on in the area. You have stats, you have an idea of what is going on in the market. Now we can kind of dive into notable sales that have gone on this year. So first notable sale that I would talk about is the most recent big name celebrity that has moved into the area is Stuart Copeland. He just moved into a Montecito bungalow, and he bought his property. It's 0.63 acres, so a little over 20,000 square feet on the acreage, and the home is a 2,367 square foot home with 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and he purchased it for $4,750,000. And this home it's really cool. I mean, it's lots of privacy. I mean, a half acre is relatively large. You'll see that there's a lot of mature trees around here on this lot, and he just has a lot of privacy. You can't really see in. It's really well walled off, and you can see that looks like original flooring. He has built-ins throughout the home, really interesting wood paneling throughout the home as well. And you can see that in the bathrooms, they're definitely, they have room to grow. And you do have vaulted ceilings and a really cool indoor-outdoor living here. So really peaceful, great area. Honestly, I really love the area of this one. And yeah, this is just another one, another celebrity that's moving into the area. So Stuart Copeland from The Police. He's a really awesome music producer as well. And then we have Zappos founder Nick Swinmurn, and he just came into Santa Barbara's area as well. So he's living the Montecito Lifestyle. He bought a 1.82 acre home with 5,133 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms. Really, really beautiful home as well. Love the architecture of this one. It was just, it's this like Tuscany home that is just really, really elegant. I love the huge ceilings, but it's also retrofitted with these built-in lighting. It very well marketed. I love the exposed beams, and you just have this really open living room, dining room, your kitchen. You expand right out into a pool there with an outdoor fireplace. Really beautiful. And then Dennis Miller just downsized to a $16.3 million Montecito estate. Really beautiful. I mean, we're talking about a 5-acre property, over 6,000 square feet, with a 7-bedroom, 7.5 bathroom main home. And this home is just, it's like an oasis. You're walking into some beautiful architecture, huge ceilings, and just really, really big arches and fireplaces. Really cool, really cool. And you can see the ocean view is really beautiful as well. So Dennis Miller, he just moved into downsized into a $16 million 6,000 square foot 7-bed 7-bath home. And as he was downsizing, the property he had before was a $49 million Cape Dutch style Montecito compound that he just sold to Ellen and Porsche, of course. And that's a 4.3 acre compound with just this, I mean, it has everything. It's huge. But it's a really cool property. Not as much on this one. I think this was more of an off-market deal, and it's just going to show. I mean, are so many celebrities that are moving into the area for the Santa Barbara lifestyle. Ellen just sold her other home, her historical Porter home. It's a $6,750,000 home with 5,500 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, right in Montecito, to Ariana Grande. And Ariana's moving up here for privacy. I mean, you don't have to be in LA anymore, right? And then, of course, the most notable is probably Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. They bought a $14.7 million Montecito compound last year. I mean, that sparked like the huge, very notable move to Santa Barbara. They bought that for $14,700,000, 18,000 square foot, 9-bedroom, 16-bathroom home. So really the question is why are so many celebrities moving to Santa Barbara? Well, it's private. You get a lot more bang for your buck than the cities, and there's no longer a need to be in the city, right? Santa Barbara is an hour and a half from LA, and they're able to come here and still have the proximity to LA without the hustle and bustle. Really next to no traffic. The paparazzi is not crazy here, and we are just in this place where there's a beach and there is hiking within 10 minutes of themselves, and they are just here for that lifestyle. And you can just get these sprawling estates with acres and acres right next to the beach and right next to the mountains, and just a really cool area. So it really makes sense for these notable transactions to be happening, and I think that they're going to continue to happen. We saw the market trends, listings are down and prices are up, and we're continuing to see that across the country as more people move from the cities into the suburbs, and that includes Santa Barbara. A lot of cool things coming in Santa Barbara. I'm going to be bringing these videos to you to update you on local news and local happenings in the real estate market, both nationally and locally. Please stay tuned, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications for more of these updates. And please have a great week. Talk to you soon.